For some 2,000 years, it was believed that heavier objects fall faster than lighter objects. This conventional bit of wisdom was based on observations made by the Greek philosopher Aristotle. And people believed him because it seemed like common sense. But in the 17th century, Galileo Galilei decided to test Aristotle's law. Legend has it that his test involved dropping balls of different masses from atop the Leaning Tower of Pisa. To see Galileo's experiment in action, I paid a visit to the NASA Glenn Research Center in Cleveland, Ohio, and met with Steve Simons, project manager for microgravity research. So this is the chamber.
Yes, this is the vacuum chamber. It goes 400 feet into the ground, and we have to pump all the air out of that so that we can get a good microgravity drop.
Now this goes back a long way, right, to Aristotle.
Aristotle, yes it does, where Aristotle thought that objects with different masses would fall at different rates.
Which seems reasonable.
It seemed very reasonable because all of the history that people had with objects of different masses falling at different rates. For example, if you have a feather and a ping pong ball, both fairly light objects, but they will fall at different rates.
Oh, yes.
To illustrate the difference between two objects that are roughly the same size and shape, but obviously very different masses, is a golf ball and a ping pong ball. And if we drop those, they do drop at the same rate.
Through Galileo's experiment, he found that a heavier object seems to fall faster than a lighter one because of air resistance. Air resistance slows a lighter object more than a heavier one.
The other way we do it is if we shield the experiment, which we can simulate with this leaf, from the effects of air, then they will drop at the same rate.
So what are we doing here?
Well, we're in our 5-second zero gravity facility, and we overcome the air resistance in this facility by pumping all of the air out of this huge vacuum tank. We've got an experiment set up here today to check out new fire extinguishers for possible use on the International Space Station. So we're going to see if helium is a better fire extinguisher than carbon dioxide. Anita, if you would, please.
So she's going to drop the big vehicle down.
And there it goes. 5 seconds, and it hits. And you can feel the floor shake when the drop vehicle hits. Okay, Bill, let me take you down to the bottom of the vacuum chamber. We can retrieve the experiment and see what happened.
What fun. Galileo's challenge to Aristotle's law was a turning point in science. It marked the beginning of testing the accepted laws of science through experimentation. And Galileo's experiments with falling bodies led to our earliest understanding of acceleration caused by gravity.